Hey, what's up, guys? This is the Eternal Phoenix again, coming at you with another video. This is going to be another America's stupid news tonight. Let's see what's going on in the United States tonight and see any new updates on anything stupid tonight. Because it never fails. And it seems like NASA's been the freaking topic. I hate it. I'm sorry, NASA. It's not your fault, though. It's the people writing the articles. Also, I wanted to let the Google and YouTube know that they need to try to at least contact the DOD or the FBI. I do have proof of them hacking the states, everybody in the states' Google Drive. I have a PDF that somehow or another ended up in my Google One account. And I tried messaging Google last night, and I have proof of the conversation and everything that was just not, I don't know, professional, as well as there was a lot of missing context, I think, off of that like they, I don't know what's going on with the internet here, I don't, but there's something that y'all need to look into as well. Okay, so we don't, I mean, no offense to Russia, I do care about Russia, but I'm tired of them talking about Ukraine this, Ukraine that, when they need to be worried about our people here, and they're not doing shit. Biden says now he's convinced Putin has decided to invade Ukraine, but leaves door open for diplomacy. So he assumed that he was going to invade Ukraine. Like, why would he need to? Honestly, he's protecting his. They needed. Respectfully to President Putin, and I'm not trying to speak for them or speak on behalf of the United States, but I believe that they were trying to protect Ukraine from freedom fighters from our country. I don't know, we'll just say Texas. Must have to suck to, like, I don't know, they can't go through the border because Mexico was like, you know what, fuck you, go ahead, build the wall, don't let them in. It's like, haha, joke's on you, dumbass. Well, that's not a surprise. So apparently the classified records that Trump had are classified. Well, we knew that. That he improperly took to Mar-a-Lago. NARA has identified items marked as classified national security information within the boxes. Well, no shit. If it's in the National Archives, I'm pretty sure it would probably be a national security threat. But, you know, I'm not a rocket scientist. They have returned to the agency from Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. Archivist David S. Ferrero acknowledged in a letter to the House Committee on Oversight and Reform. What does that have to do with the fucking archives? 15 boxes of documents. Wow. 15 boxes of documents. That is insane. Like, and first of all, how the fuck? Sorry, I'm getting some paper. How the fuck does somebody walk out of a national, like a government facility with that many boxes and go unnoticed? That's what I want to know. Like, how does somebody walk out of a facility like that that's supposed to be guarded just as, like, damn near just as tightly as Fort Knox is, and do they just walk out of there? They walk out of there like, oh, bye, see ya. That's like leaving the CIA with, like, because you can't leave the CIA with any documents at all. Papers, none of that. You can't even enter it with it. Same concept. And I've never been there, by the way. So I just know, I just know, like, I pay attention to shit. They were improperly taken from the White House. So was it the White House or was it the National Archives Center? It says White House. Earlier this month, the Oversight Committee opened an investigation into records that were taken from the White House by the former president. Asked by Representative Carolyn Maloney, DNY, what the fuck does that stand for, who chairs the Oversight Committee, if the agency had reported Trump's actions to the U.S. Attorney General's office. Ferrero said because NARA identified classified information in the boxes, the staff has been in communication with the Department of Justice. I call bullshit. In a letter to Ferrero, which was sent last week, Maloney said she was deeply concerned that the records had not been provided to the agency promptly at the end of the Trump administration. They appear to have been removed from the White House in violation of the Presidential Acts record. So those files didn't come from National Archives. They came from the White House. That's treason alone. That's treason. I'm sorry, like, he violated the Presidential Records Act, meaning he walked out of the White House with classified information. That's treason. He could have sold it to somebody who would have done anything. And not saying that, like, you know, he would have used it for a bad thing, not for a good thing. He's fucking stupid. The New York Times was first to report that some of the boxes contained classified information, and the Washington Post has reported they included documents marked at the top secret level. How the fuck did he get out of... Well, you know, just let him slip on right through. It says top secret, but I don't know what the fuck that means. Maybe it's just like top and secretive or some shit. I don't fucking know. Backwoods hillbilly bullshit. It says in this letter, Ferrero said the records agency is still in process of inventorying the contents of the box, which we expect to complete by February 25th. Okay, so I get it, but, like, what was in the box? Like, for him to take that was that classified, and why was those boxes in the White House to begin with? Because, I mean, I'm not sure, but even if it is the Presidential Records Act, like, isn't that still a part of the National Archives? Then how did they get inside then why were they in the White House to begin with? Trump, who routinely blasted Hillary Clinton for allegedly mishandling classified information during the 2016 election, said last week he hadn't done anything wrong. The papers were given easily and without conflict on a very friendly basis, which is different from the accounts being drawn up by the fake news media. The only fake news media I see is your internet system, dipshits. He said in a statement, in fact, it was viewed as a routine and no big deal. Bullshit! In factuality, I've been told I was under no obligation to give this material based on various legal rulings that have been made over the years. By what fucking... Like, I want to know, like... How the fuck do you figure you violated the Presidential Cause Act, you retard? It says, the Presidential Records Act mandates that all presidential records must be properly preserved by each administration, so a complete set of records is transferred to the National Archives at the end of the administration. Let's go take a gander at that and see what the fuck that's about, shall we? See what's in it. People don't ever just actually go and look and see what's in it. They just hear about it. What? Okay, so hear me out. So apparently it's the Presidential Succession Act, not a Cause Act. A Records Act. It doesn't matter. This is the Whee! Okay, so apparently it governs the official records of president and vice presidents that were created or received after January 20th, 1981, beginning with the Reagan administration. Well, I'll be damned, Ronald Reagan. I bet you it has something to do with Fort Knox and being taken off the gold standard. That's just a guess, though. The PRA changed the legal ownership of the official records of the president from private to public and established a new statutory structure under the presidents, and subsequently NARA must manage the records national... What is the NARA? The National Archive... There's not an acronym for National Archives. It's just National Archives. So what's the acronym for NARA? Respectively. The PRA was amended in 2014, which established several new provisions, which, FYI, just so y'all know, to let y'all know out there, that I do have a PDF version of a Texas Constitution that's 256 pages long that just fell in my fucking lap. Imagine that. And it's all, like, it's there. All the information's there. I was actually looking at something else. I was looking at a court case and my mental evaluation, and it led me straight to that. So it's 256 pages long, which is longer than our actual United States Constitution. And the date, like it says it was created in 1856, but it was last amended last November in 2021. And I just got lucky and stumbled upon the DOD's email on a piece of paperwork from DeVry University that owes me reimbursement for $27 million that Texarkana Chamber of Commerce fucking stole. I never got a notification on it, and somehow or another, somebody, I don't know, it just ended up in my Google OneDrive because I was on it the day before and there was nothing there. So somebody hacked my shit and saved it, and didn't even realize they saved it. What is it, Merlin? Establishes public ownership of all presidential records and defines the term presidential records. So it places the responsibility for the custody and management of incubate presidential records with the president. No. Hail to the no. Okay. For one, that would be a national security issue, because if he was just the only one handling it, then, I don't know. That would mean he would be a dictator at that point. Not even close to Adolf Hitler. You wish, asshole. Because the thing is, Adolf Hitler wasn't evil. But, the winners of war write the history books. And so, well, they perceived him as evil. Because, yes, even though they had the Auschwitz concentration camps, they weren't the only ones doing them. They were not the only ones doing them. But, like I said, the winners of war. And I'm not trying to discredit. I'm not saying that, like, it's right or anything, because it's not. Okay, and even in death, they know that. Okay, Stalin knows that. Adolf Hitler, they know that in death. Because even though they're physically dead, I keep them alive because their energy is eternal. So they're not dead to me. They're just physically not here. They're out operating at a higher hertz than my brain can perceive or see it physically. So, okay, so it said, because I'm going to just skim this and go on to the next headline because I'm done with this dumb shit. It says, allows the incubate president to dispose of records that no longer have administrative historical information or evidentiary value once the views of the archivist of the United States on the proposed disposal have been obtained in writing. So it has to go to an archivist, but, like, shouldn't that go, like, not just, okay, hear me out. Shouldn't it go to, like, an archivist and somebody else to, like, to make sure that it's not, like, I don't know, credible tops, like, needed? Like, damn it. Go back. At the bottom of this, because I'm trying to figure out how to download the actual, the PRA, but it says establishes preservation requirements for official business conducted using non-official electronic messaging accounts. Any individual creating presidential records must not use non-official electronic messaging accounts unless that individual copies an official account as the message is created or forwards a complete copy of the record to an official messaging account. A similar provision in the Federal Records Act applies to federal agencies. What? Huh? Establishes procedures for Congress, courts, and subsequent administrations to obtain special access to records from NARA that remain closed to the public following a privileged review period by the former incubate presidents. The procedures governing such special access requests continue to be governed by the relevant provisions of EO 13489. Okay, I'm going to go to NA. Okay, it could be. Okay, my bad. I stand corrected. NARA is the National Archives. That's my fault. I stand corrected. I was wrong. Okay, so apparently, okay, it establishes in law that any incumbent presidential records, whether textual or electronic, held in courtesy storage by the archivist, remain in the exclusive legal custody of the president, and that any request or order to access or order for access to such records must be made to the president, not NRA. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. So yeah, anyways, I don't know if somebody out there in YouTube can, outside of the state of Texas, can actually look up the PRA Act of 1978 and see what it actually says, because I have a feeling that something's going on, like, with all this, because like that just doesn't seem right. And I think the Department of Defense or the Homeland Security really needs to be aware of this. I'm really hoping, like, with everything I got, I'm just like, y'all. Anyways, on to the next subject, because I'm tired of talking about that stupid fucking fuckhead. Good. I hope they sue the fuck out of him. I was talking about Trump. They were talking about more lawsuits from the people that did the Capitol thing. What does it mean to plead the fifth, and will Donald Trump do it? Fuck no, he don't even know how to shut up energetically. The fuck? Somebody get him Simon Says. Okay. So I was talking about this earlier in a video. Austin police officers to be indicted for conduct in racial... God damn it. Fucking... Fine. I'll go look at a different one. Haha. Fuck you. There's more than one ways to fucking skin a cat. Okay. So, let's go... So, Fox News is the one I was talking about earlier, and they just said they were indicted. And now the New York Times is saying that they were being indicted for conduct in racial justice protest. So, in that article, it said they were being indicted because apparently, like, I don't know, sued and all kinds of stupid shit for a beanbag hitting somebody in the head. And now they're saying it's racial. Seems kind of not accurate, if you ask me. Okay, that makes sense. But those are talking about the settlements, not the officers being indicted. And the one up here at the top, Fox News, it was like that headline, but it was talking about the settlements. So, like, are y'all just trying to make some shit up to make it look good? That's disgusting. And that's another thing that I want to ask. Like, Kamala Harris, like, you know, Mike Pence, like, he did... You heard, like, in the news, you heard a lot of things, like, he was doing. And we haven't heard really a lot from anything of her doing a whole lot since they started their what is it, when I'm serving as vice president and president. I'm just curious, like, you don't really see a lot of her in the news. Why is that? What? A federal judge on Friday ruled that Stuart Rhodes, the Oath Keepers leader, charged with seditious conspiracy over the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol, must remain in jail while awaiting trial. So, again, y'all took a second look. Good job, guys. U.S. District Judge Amit Mahata denied Rhodes. denied Rhodes' renewed request to be released, concurring with a federal magistrate judge's order that he be denied bail because he would pose a danger to the community if allowed out of jail. You know, I'm conflicted about that. Because, yes, even though he did probably storm the Capitol, like, for... Did they even, like, how would he pose a danger to his, like, to the community? I mean, honestly, like, yes, I understand, like, he probably helped storm the Capitol, but, like, did the hearing even, like, get, like, was it even set outside of the state of Texas? Like it's supposed to be? I mean, it is because, like, it was done in Washington because of the, so, like, I want to know, like, did they have this hearing here in Texas, or did they actually just make it up for this person? Respectfully to our Supreme Court system. Nope. Sure didn't. I didn't think so. During a virtual hearing that was interrupted for several hours on Friday due to technical difficulties at Rhodes Jail. Virtual hearing. You can do that for, like, civil matters, but not for something like this. That has to go to the Supreme Court automatically because it was the freaking Congress. Like, Congress. Literally, it goes straight to Congress because of, one, Congress, two, the fact that Supreme Court is the highest judges in the United States. The fact that they stormed the freaking the Capitol, that's considered treason at this point because there were people that died and got hurt. They hurt the United States. They hurt citizens. That's treason. But it says in a virtual hearing that was interrupted for several hours on Friday due to technical difficulties at Rhodes Jail. Mehta ran through the facts and allegations in the case, saying it supported keeping the Oath Keepers founder detained. Detained. Not under arrest, but detained. There's a difference. You can be detained for questioning, but if they don't have any further questions for you in an investigation, they have to allow you to leave. I mean, that's habeas corpus. That's you know, all of that makes Mr. Rhodes still dangerous. Okay, so it just says the facts and allegations saying it supported, but what facts and allegations? It says all of that makes Mr. Rhodes still dangerous. It presents a clear and present danger in my view, said Mehta, an Obama appointee. Okay, so what makes Mr. Rhodes dangerous? Because you didn't tell us. You just allegations, like assumptions that there's no First of all, it didn't go to Supreme Court. There was no evidence submitted. Therefore, y'all just detained an innocent man. You violated his rights. It says, everything that has been said today and put before me demonstrates that Mr. Rhodes is extremely sophisticated. The judge added, his ability to communicate and organize are the greatest threats. What? His ability to communicate and organize are the greatest threats. Rhodes has pleaded not guilty to seditious conspiracy and witness tampering. The sedition count carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. The fuck is that? Sounds like a bullshit fucking made up shit. Witness tampering. What the fuck? But here, the evidence that they're claiming, his ability to communicate and organize are the greatest threats. That's the evidence they had. prosecutors have alleged that Rhodes had led a conspiracy to bring Oath Keepers members to D.C. on January 6th. Okay, a conspiracy. That's a that would be considered a theoretical concept. It's not like, it would be a like them spitballing ideas pretty much to bring Oath Keepers members to D.C. on January 6, 2021, after weeks of urging his followers to prepare to use force to deny President Biden the White House. First of all, I don't think that man was trying to deny that at all. But that's just me speculating. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Speculation. It doesn't mean it's fact. According to the charging documents, Rhodes' preparation included stockpiling tens of thousands of dollars worth of firearms and weapons equipment in the days before and after January 6th of last year. I call bullshit on that. Like, preparation including stockpiling tens and thousands of dollars worth of firearms. Okay, how do you have that evidence if it literally just said, like, allegations, but there was no actual, like, evidence submitted to that, was there? Oh, wait, there was an actual fucking hearing. It says on Friday, the quote, Mittah raised as a factor in his decision, saying he was concerned about the timing and the quantity of the firearms purchases, as well as the presence of an armed quick reaction force of Oath Keepers who waited outside of D.C. during riot, waiting orders to bring weapons to the Capitol. So they waited, but they never actually entered the Capitol. And how do they know that they were, like, I don't know, waiting for weapons? They could have just been standing outside, protesting peacefully, other than the people that were actually raiding the Capitol, awaiting orders to bring weapons to the Capitol. Nope, don't believe that shit for 1 minute. Quick reaction force, presence of the armed quick. Okay, first of all, the only ones stockpiling these fucking weapons is, like I've said before, is Red River, and I don't know, how about Barksdale? How about fucking the one in El Paso? Just saying that respectively. Okay. New rec center in Texarkana opens its doors to the public. Okay, so I have a question, like, Texarkana Chamber of Commerce. You need all these fucking grants, but, like, new rec center in Texarkana opens its doors to the public. Where is all that money that you're getting going? Like, in all honesty, because, like, y'all have these, like, town hall meetings, like, sporadic, and you don't ever post about them, and if you do, it's last minute so nobody can attend them. I mean, we only have 2 freaking news sources here in Texarkana, and both of them don't cover, like, what they cover, and they don't even get the story right at all. Like, their journalism is shitty as fuck. So, okay. A Texarkana father and son have been sentenced to federal prison for drug trafficking and firearms violations in the Eastern District of Texas, announced U.S. Attorney Brent Featherson today. Kelvin Lorenzo Harris, this was yesterday, also known as 5th Ward 57, pled guilty on September 7th, 2021, to conspiring to distribute methamphetamine using a firearm in relation to a drug trafficking offense and being a felon in possession of a firearm. Harris was sentenced to 180 months in federal prison by the U.S. District Judge Robert W. Schroeder on February 15, 2022. Markelvin Renard McHenry, also known as Black, 33, pled guilty to the same charges on September 1st last year and was sentenced to 165 months in federal prison today. Why the fuck did it, like, y'all weren't even doing that much at all. Like, I checked the court dockets and stuff because my brother's in jail. And so is my homeboy, Randy. They're in jail. And I'm trying to make sure, like, I keep up with that to see if, like, maybe they get to go before a judge to get released because, I don't know, both of them are supposed to be on a probation revocation. And they shipped Randy out to a high max security prison for a probation violation. So it says that they were conspiring to sell dope, but it says several weeks later, Harris was arrested on unrelated charges. They were displayed the sawed-off shotgun during a methamphetamine transaction in October 2020. Okay, how do you know that? How do you know he displayed a sawed-off shotgun unless you were actually there at the fucking, like, when the handoff was going? That's like too detailed. That's a red flag on its own. After his arrest, Harris directed his son, McHenry, to go get the short-barreled shotgun. McHenry then sold methamphetamine in his father's shotgun, disposing of the money from the shotgun as Harris directed. Okay, that is too detailed for a news report. Like, honestly, you would be, if you had that credible information, it would be, well, detective said this, detective da-da-da-da-da said this is what happened, this is, or a detective statement, not a fucking narrative. It says both have been convicted of multiple felonies, including burglary of a habitation, possession of a controlled substance, unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. That's not even a legible fucking code, by the way. It's just a fucking possession of it's just an unlawful possession. But the fact that you went to buy a felon and a theft of a firearm is convicted felons. They are prohibited by federal law from owning or possessing firearms or ammunition. That's not technically true. It depends on the type of gun. And they can own bullets all day long. Stupid fucks. Harris and McKinney were indicted by a federal grand jury on April 22nd, 2021, and charged with federal drug trafficking and firearms violations. Okay, so hear me out. No offense to these two gentlemen, okay? If that's the case, why the fuck were they released to begin with? If they were charged with federal drug trafficking firearms, did it go through a Supreme Court? Because I think that's federal. Right? Supreme Court, Supreme Court is federal. So did it go to Supreme Court? I don't think it did. And that's right there is saying that's a false goddamn charge that they're creating. This case was prosecuted as part of the joint federal, state, and local project Safe Neighborhoods program, the centerpiece of the Department of Justice violent crime reduction efforts. PSN is an evidence-based program proven to be effective at reducing violent crime. Through this program, a broad spectrum of stakeholders work together to identify the most pressing violent crime problems in the community and develop comprehensive solutions to address them. I don't fucking think so. Stakeholders, you mean stockholders, work together to identify the most pressing violent crime problems. So you have these people in the community that do the work for the detectives is really what I just heard, and develop comprehensive solutions to address them. Bitch, y'all can't even fucking comprehend your goddamn shoelaces. Somebody get him some Skechers with some fucking Velcro. As part of this strategy, PSM focuses enforcement efforts on the most violent offenders and partners with locally based prevention and re-entry programs for lasting reductions in crime. That's bullshit. Focuses enforcement efforts on the most violent offenders. That's bullshit. Bullshit. Because we have had a slew of fucking murders and just like weird, I don't know, people just walking in front of a train getting ran over and houses being burned. Just crazy shit. And nobody knows anything. Says the case was investigated by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives in Texarkana, Texas Police Department. Why was the ABC investigating that? That's the alcohol and that's the Alcohol Bureau. Hang on. Bureaucratic Center, I think. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because the fact of the matter is this was not this wasn't even in the same fucking, like, this was for drug trafficking, not alcohol, like, not having, because normally the ABC is for, like, I don't know, liquor licenses that are being violated. Tobacco has nothing to do with it. Firearms and explosives, nothing to do with fucking drug trafficking. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. Anyways, so apparently it was prosecuted by Assistant U.S. Attorney Jonathan R. Hornock. I mean, like, Mama says stupid is, stupid does. Anyways, that's all I have for now, for the local news, or for America's Stupid News. I fucking got distracted, and that's all I have for now, because it's now at 40 minutes, and nobody wants to watch fucking hour-long news, but I think the Department of Defense or Department of Justice really needs to be looking into this stuff down here, because, like, the thing is, like, they're giving y'all misinformation on everything. So you might want to do a double take on that too as well, respectively. Please like, share, subscribe if you like what I had to share. If not, I really just don't give a shit anyway. If you want a tarot reading, the description is down below. I don't ask, or I don't charge for them. I accept donations. I will never, like, ask for money. So if somebody is actually doing that and portraying themselves as me, please feel free to email me. The email is down below. And my Cash App and PayPal information is in the description as well. I'm the Eternal Phoenix, and I'm still rising, and I hope you have a wonderful night.